At the moment you become angry, you tend to believe that your misery has been created by another person. Yes or no? Not now, on the moment of your misery, you can experience yourself miserable. એટલું તો સમજ પડે છે કે કોમામાં છો? ખબર તો પડે ને કે you are miserable just now. Bad frame of mind. Okay. And who created this? The other. I'm talking when you are in a state of anger and not now. લેક્ચર આપતી વખતે તો હું પણ આવું જ બધું બોલું છું. When you are in a state of anger, you have to recollect some experience when you are you are angry. Just try to visualize one of your past experience when you were boiling and shouting and growling and suffering. And te vakte, what was your mind telling you? Who created this misery? Not only that, you blame him or her for all your suffering. But by looking deeply, you may realize that the seed of anger in you is the main cause of your suffering. Many other people confronted with the same situations would not get angry like you. I had not given that example. See, one person, Dallas had given this example. So one person, one mother, 4 kids. By mistake, she forgot to put salt in the chutney. Idli chutney banavi thi, only 2 things. But she forgot to put salt in the chutney. Now, idli and chutney are on the table, dining table. 4 sons. First one arrives, sits on the table. Idli leche, chutney leche. Dips it into the chutney. Tastes. No salt. Shouts. Grumbles, fights, and throws the plate away and goes away. Jai Bharat ma khai leis. Second son comes. He tastes. He realizes no salt. Gets angry. He yells at her mother. Shouts. Advises her. Tells her to bring salt and put it in the chutney just now. Makes those changes, enjoys the idli chutney, goes. હજી કરેક્શન કરે ચટણીમાં એની પહેલાં ત્રીજો આવી જાય છે. Realizes no salt in the chutney. Says, બીજી વખત ધ્યાન રાખજો જરા. બીજી વખત ધ્યાન રાખજો. Eats, goes away. 4th son comes. So happy, joyful, peaceful, does not even register કે ચટણીમાં મીઠું નથી. So here it is said all 4 are confronted with the same situation. But all of them don't get angry. So you are saying, બાપા તમે આવી સ્થિતિમાં હો ને તો તમને ખબર પડે. મેં કીધું હા પણ હું તમારા જેવું નહીં કરું. ખબર પડે મને. Not necessary. Mahavir was not angry. ચંદ્રકૌશિક વખતે ખીલા ઠોકાયા તે વખતે મહાવીર same situation, but there was no formation of anger. They hear the same words, they see the same situation, and yet they are able to stay calm and not be carried away. Why do you get angry so easily? My question to you. You may get angry very easily because your seed of anger is too strong. And because you have not practiced the methods of taking good care of your anger, the seed of anger has been watered too often in the past. Seed of anger within you, and there is always that watering, and because of that watering, anger sprouts out. But the main reason for the sprouting of the anger is not the watering, but the seed. Watering to Bhagwan Mahavir ma bhi thyu tu by so many people, but nothing sprouted. Why? No seed of anger. This we have to understand. All of us have a seed of anger in the depth of our consciousness, but in some of us, the seed of anger is bigger than other seeds, like love, compassion. The seed of anger may be bigger because we have now practiced in the past. We had not practiced in the past. When we begin to cultivate the energy of mindfulness, the first insight we have is that the main cause of our suffering, of our misery, is not the other person, it is the seed of anger in us. Then we stop blaming the other person for the causing all your suffering. We realize she or he is only the secondary cause. Primary cause, the seed of anger within you. Secondary cause, the watering of the seed. Why do we always focus on the secondary cause? And why not on the primary cause? હવે જ્યારે તમને કોઈ દુઃખ આપે, કોઈ આપતું જ નથી, I'll come to that tomorrow. પણ આજે તો એમ રાખીએ કે he is the reason of my, he is the cause of my suffering. તો એ મને દુઃખ, every time when you are receiving the dukh, you have always focused on the person who is giving you dukh. એ એવો જ છે, બહુ અહંકારી છે, બહુ રેસ્ટલેસ છે, બહુ આવો છે, વગેરે વગેરે વગેરે. From today, whenever you get dukh, focus on the lenar of the dukh, the person who is taking the dukh, not giving the dukh. હવે હું તમારું ઇન્સ્પાયર, oh you look so weary, so idiotic, you are so stupid. તમને દુઃખ થયું કે નહીં ખંદાર? દુઃખ તો થયું. એમ આટલા હોશિયાર માણસ, આટલા લોકો સાંભળે તમને અને તમારે આવું સાંભળવું પડે આજે. ઓકે, but today you are not going to focus on me, the person who gave you dukh. From today you are going to focus on the person who is taking the dukh. Who? Yourself. Why? એમાં આટલું દુઃખી કેમ થાય છે? અરે પેલો આવું બોલે, આટલું રૂડલી બોલે, આખી વાત સમજ્યા વિના બોલે, મારી વાત કરતો નથી, મારી વાત સાંભળતો નથી અને જસ્ટ કહી દે છે. When I am in Bombay, I stay with my brother. 16th floor, Prithvi Apartments, Altamount Road, Bombay 26. Bombay 26. કોઈને ઇન્વિટેશન નથી કરે, હા? આ તો હું આખું એક સિચ્યુએશન ઊભું કરું, કોઈ પાછા આવી નહીં પોતા ઘરે. એટલે અહીંયા તો, અને આમ બી મેં પોસ્ટલ એડ્રેસ આપ્યું છે, એટલે મેક્સિમમ યોર લેટર શુડ કમ, નોટ યુ. સો વન્સ આઈ વોઝ ગોઈંગ બેક હોમ, આઈ વોઝ ઇન ધ લિફ્ટ. આઈ એમ મીટિંગ વન મુસ્લિમ લેડી એન્ડ શી સેઝ, આર યુ દેટ, મને લાગે આમ ફેસ પરથી ખબર પડી જતી હશે. Okay, are you that spiritual guru in the building? You are inquisitive, right? મેં શું કીધું એમ? I said, I want to meet you. I have some problem. I'm in a miserable state and I want an appointment. મેં એમને કીધું રાતના 8-9 વાગ્યાનો ટાઈમ આપ્યો, and you can come to, this is the place you have to come. She comes, her name was Mrs. Tayyub Ali. Born in Karachi, married in Bombay, staying in Singapore, shifting to Houston. એટલા માટે કહું જ કે આ સાચી સ્ટોરી છે એમ તમને ખ્યાલ આવે એમ. So she arrives at around 9 o'clock. I had called her. Next day she was flying to Singapore, so she came. She was living on the 19th floor. He comes with her kid, mentally challenged, very violent, making weird noises. અમે જ્યાં બેઠા હતા ત્યાં બધી ચીજો તોડી નાખી. ફ્લાવર વેઝ હતું, તોડી નાખ્યું. Windows હતું, તો he was banging his head on that window and it was about to break, but it didn't. So I realized that this must be the cause of her suffering, and now she has come to me and she wants some remedy. It was a challenging thing because first time a Muslim lady coming to me, and I can't even give her some mantra because she did not know Gujarati, Sanskrit, nothing. The teachings also should be so general because she did not believe in karmas, she did not believe in transmigration of the soul, because she only she believed in the Islamic philosophy. So no joint terminology had to be used, no remedy ni under, no mantra, no satsang. Just imagine, and I had to give her something. So my mind was already working that time, preparing what remedy I should suggest for this big problem in life. At that time I am getting an intuition કે આનું કંઈ સારું થવાનું નથી આ બાબાનું. Means he is going to die like this. So I was a little scared because now what consolation would I give her? Because નેતા આપણે કહીએ કે આ કરજો તમારું ચોક્કસ સારું થઈ જશે, જેમ ડૉક્ટર્સ કહેતા હોય તેમ, આ દવા લેજો તમારું કાલે સવારના દોડતા થઈ જશો, પણ હું તો કંઈ દોડતો થયો નહીં. I asked for the divine help because now this fellow is not going to get cured. She is going to ask for some remedy, and my remedy should be such that she should be able to do it. But I should not give her that hope that thing is going to, means everything is going to be okay, because it's not going to be okay. હું તકલીફમાં આવું, that divine help આયા સર ભગવાન હવે તમે કાંઈ સુજાડો, અને ભગવાને કાંઈ કર્યું. તે શું કર્યું તે કહું છું તમને. We should always listen more than you speak, because we have 2 ears and 1 tongue. So it shows that you should double, at least listen double than how much you speak. But like a fool, I was about to speak. કે ભાઈ જો હવે જો તમે લઈ આવો તો કહી દઉં કે જે આપણા પૂર્વકર્મનું આ ફલ છે અને હવે આપણે સહન કરી લેવું જોઈએ. તમે આવો તો 2 મિનિટમાં પતી જાય એવો કેસ છે. કયા કર્મના ઉદય છે ને બધું ધડ આપણે 5-10 મિનિટનું લેક્ચર કરીએ, પેલો કાંઈ સમજે ને એને જાય. Now imagine this Muslim lady, and I was about to say something soothing, and she's saying, no, this kid of mine is not the cause of my suffering at all. I've accepted it. I know nothing can be done now. I've accepted him. I love him, though my life is stuck up, because I have to be with this kid every time, 24 hours, very violent. But I've accepted it, and I just have no problem regarding him. ચલો શાંતિ થઈ મને, એના કરતાં વધારે શાંતિ મને થઈ. So now what is the cause of your suffering then? He's saying, I have 2 more kids. Twins. They're twins. Studying in Houston. Twins, they are very good. They are studying. One of her son was coughing a lot some days back. Then I thought, एक body checkup કરી દે. Body checkup કર્યું, 3rd stage cancer. He was around 20-21. And I had a lot of things for this cancer situation. So I was about to start. He said, no, that is also not my problem. I've accepted it. થોડું શરૂઆતમાં it was painful, but now I've accepted the situation. So what best we can do for him, we are doing. બોલો હવે આ 2 દુઃખ નથી તો હવે કયું દુઃખ હોય એને? તો my only problem is the second son, twins હોય ને, તો કે usually when they are identical twins, જે આને થાય તે આને થાય. આને આમ માંદો પડે તો આમ માંદો પડે, આને આમ થાય તો આને, બધું સાથે સાથે થાય ને, આઈડેન્ટિકલ હોય તો. આઈ એમ જસ્ટ સ્કેર્ડ. એને તો કેન્સર નહીં આવે ને, એનું બોડી ચેકઅપ કર્યું છે, કંઈ જ નથી. And she is in a miserable state of mind because of that fear. એને આવશે તો શું? Over. Story is over. You are understanding? Physically, mentally challenged fellow, so violent, manners we would not expect also from him, breaking so many things in my room, still he is not the cause of suffering. That kid, that son, detected third stage cancer, not the cause of suffering. That fellow, hale and hearty, fear, એને ભવિષ્યમાં કેન્સર આવશે તો, and she is in a miserable state. હવે તમે મને કહો, what is the cause of her suffering? No. Of course, fear of the unknown, of course that is there, but root, non-acceptance. Because Pela Bhima, what did she do? It was not cured. It was not going to be cured also. Acceptance. First kid, acceptance. Second, cancer is acceptance. Third, nothing is there but that fear, and she could not accept. Because of that, she was suffering. Because of that, she was in a miserable state. Because of that, she was always in a state of irritation, frustration, anger. અને નાની નાની વાત થાય and પેલો આપણે કહે ચીડિયો થઈ ગયો છે, નાની નાની વાત થાય and she would just ventilate, throw rather, spit out the anger in a very bad way. So now I've started the process of analyzing, because you are quite calm, I feel. So હવે તમે જે કારણથી you were in the state of anger, the mental formations of anger, despair, etc., we are now operating that thing. We are analyzing it. Why were you in a state of anger? Base thing, non-acceptance. બધું રિકેપ કરીશ બીજલભાઈ? લખો તો લખો. ઇનફેક્ટ લખો એટલે કાલે રિકેપ થાય એટલે ખબર પડે કે બરાબર લખાયું છે કે નહીં. લખો. Base thing for anger is not this situation, but non-acceptance of the situation. Now my next question, why is there non-acceptance of the situation? See, slowly we are going to that root problem. Non-acceptance is the cause of your anger, Houston. Okay? But now what is the cause of this non-acceptance? Can you give me one cause? Expectation. Someone else? Concepts, conditionings, yes. Wrong belief, ego, fear. Expectations are. Okay, Rag. See, you are so calm now, okay? You are speaking like enlightened beings. And that's exactly I want to tell you. If you become calm, you will get tuitions from inside, which is called intuition. You don't need anyone outside. You just need to be a little calm and introspect. All this, I don't know, it is your introspection, okay? It is your memory. You have just heard, એટલે બોલો છો કે you have actually seen this within you when you had introspected last. It's just because I had spoken, you had heard, it was there in your memory and you wanted to speak now. Was it that? Or you have at different times you have seen, okay, this is the cause of my anger. Non-acceptance is a base thing, but એનું કારણ શું? તો somewhere ego. And what is ego? Non-acceptance. Ego means you are more important than the other. Beautiful definition of ego is tendency to hurt the person who loves you the most. એવું છે કે નહીં? તમને ઈગો પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ કોની સાથે થાય બીજલભાઈ? And whom do you love the most? લે આપણે કોકો તો એમ લાગે ઇન્સેન છે આ ભાઈ કે શું છે? You one side you are saying you love her the most, and ego is the tendency to hurt the person who loves you the most. Why? Because at that point of time you become more important than the person you love. That is ego. Ego na બે ચીજ આવે છે. One, ego is pride. You want to be better than the other. You want to look better than the other. And second, your likes and dislikes are too strong. You are not ready to compromise. આ પણ ઇગોઇસ્ટિક પર્સન કહેવાય. બહુ ચૂપ રહેતો હોય, હા, નીચે જોઈને ચાલતો હોય, સ્ટાર્સ જોતો ના હોય. તમને લાગે કેટલા હમ્બલ માણસ છે, full of humility. And he can be the most egoistic person on earth. Because when a decision has to be made, you want to do what you like. You want to believe what you understand. Your likes and dislikes are so strong. Tamara pramane tame karyu, and what's wrong in that? What's wrong in that? Because if you were in state of love, you would first inquire what the other person would like. And here you want to do what you like. You are the most egoistic person, not a good person. પછી ભલે ભગવાનનું કામ કર્યું હોય, ભલે ડેકોરેશન કર્યું હોય, ભલે કુકિંગ કર્યું હોય, પ્રસાદ કર્યો હોય, ફૂલ કર્યું હોય, જે બી કર્યું હોય, but you did what you wanted to do. So you were more important in that act. You are an egoistic person. Are you understand? Ego, તમને એમ થાય કે I never compare with myself. See, two things I said. Ego, one is pride and one is strong liking for yourself. Two things I said, meaning of ego. You are understanding, Dilip bhai? One is pride, comparing yourself with others and you want to be upar. Second is liking yourself more than others. Both, this is ego. See, yesterday I was asking, when you are in a state of anger, what should you do? And someone from behind, of course I know the name, said mindful breathing. I did not like it at all. That person was an egoistic person. That person had already done the shibir. That person knew it. This was what I wanted. And this question was for the people who are doing the shibir for the first time, not for idiots who are doing for the second time, so that they can answer all the questions. I wanted to show you that your answers will come from within you only. And then I will certify that yes, it's mindful breathing. I want you to answer. I want the people who are listening to me for the first time, I want them to answer. I don't want idiots to answer. Ego. Why? Because your answer will be accepted, because it was said by me only. And people would feel, oh, how intelligent this lady is. No, if you are doing it for the second time, it's very good. You need to do at least 10 times. It's a revision. Keep mum. Just ask yourself and answer yourself. Let others open up. Let them think for themselves. Okay, what can I do? Because when you are in the aura of an enlightened being, you will start answering like an entire enlightened being. The answers will come from you, and that is the purpose. My purpose is not to give you a lecture, rather ask you, you think in front of me only, you think for the answer, and your answer will tally. Ego, expectations. Amna tame bolya, એ તમારે બોલવાનું છે amna. But this is not because you knew it, this is you found out just now. You know, I was a stupid person to go into, because now you are nearing to that conclusion that I am the cause of my suffering. Slowly, slowly you are coming to that conclusion. So now you are finding something within you. Atya Sudin, she was busy, she was not giving time, and now this fellow is saying, no, but I think it was my ego, my expectations, my assumptions, my blaming nature, my this, my suddenly in the presence of a Gnani, all your chupa enemies are coming out and showing their face to you, and you are agreeing to yourself, this is the reason, this is it, and I am blaming that person for it. So this is another ego. Why should you answer? Just because you know you should answer. Why do you take maun? You should take maun now when you know it, and you shouldn't be answering it. This is real. But somewhere you want to not answer, look better in others' eyes. So one aspect of ego is pride. Second thing was your liking for your thinking, your understanding, your likes and dislikes are more than the others. This is ego. And in this state, you tend to hurt the person you like the most, you love the most. મારે કેવું શું કામ પડે? ઇફ શી લવ્સ મી શી શુડ નો મને કયું ભાવે છે શાક. પેલી બિચારી કે તું બોલને જે બોલશે કરી આપીશ. એમાં તકલીફ પાછી. તને ખબર પડી જોઈએ 30-30 વર્ષથી 20-20 વર્ષથી સાથે છે, તને ખબર પડી જોઈએ. એમાં લાંબુ કરશે પણ એમ નહીં કે જલ્દી કહી દેવાનું ભીંડાનું શાક બનાવો એન્ડ આઉટ. Yes. Ego and expectations. One plum, I had taken a whole session on this in New York. Plum. Nobody was loving him. So the plum decided to be an orange because they were liking orange, sour taste, citrus fruit. Citrus, જે બોલવું હોય તે. He changed himself to an orange. થોડા time સુધી people were enjoying him. Then they wanted grapes. That fellow changed himself into grape. Mango. Karta finally was so frustrated in this process of becoming and changing. He realized he had to only wait for a plum lover to come. But expectations, Lok Ranjan, એટલું બધું વધી જાય. You are expecting an orange under a mango tree. You are standing under a mango tree, waiting and waiting for an orange to fall in your hands. બોલો ક્યારે થશે? Never. Yes. For something never, you are waiting and waiting. તમારી expectations પૂરી ન થાય. આ mental formations of anger તમારી અંદર જાગવા લાગે and finally bursts out. One is ego. One is expectations. One assumption. એક માણસ એના ફ્રેન્ડને he sees his friend coming out from a pub. He's shocked. We are Jains. We are not only Jains, we are Satsangis. We are not only Satsangis, we are sadhaks, practitioners, seekers, spiritual aspirants. You just can't meditate, keep the same lifestyle, keep the same thinking pattern, just sit in meditation and, change. No, it's not possible. Your whole thinking pattern, lifestyle should match with that meditation process. Then only you can be successful. But slowly, but you should understand this. Just by counting, chanting some mantras, just by sitting for meditation 2 hours a day is not going to help you. Your way of thinking should change. Your way of seeing, interpreting, understanding, everything should change. So he's seeing that fellow coming out of the pub and he assumes, my God, he's such a split personality કે वो દંભી છે. એક બાજુ મારી સાથે ધર્મ કરે છે અને સુખ અંતરમાં છે એમ બોલે છે અને બીજી બાજુ પબ સુધી પડી જાય છે. એટલો નહીં છે. He stops talking to him. That fellow realizes he must have seen me coming out and assume he's coming. I want to communicate one thing to you. You saw me coming out of the pub and you assumed that I've fallen down too low. I had gone in the pub to save my friend. એને કોઈ addiction થઈ ગયેલું drinksનું and I had gone to the pub to bring him out of it. But you assumed. And because of this assumption, અને આ judgment તમે લીધું, conclusion કર્યું, અને my conclusion is always right, my judgment is always right, એના ઉપર you gave a green signal to your emotions to come out. And what emotions would come out if your judgment is that that person is a dambi, is a split personality, એવો એક જજમેન્ટ આવે પછી તમારા ઇમોશન્સ કેવા થાય, આનાથી તો દૂર રહેવું સારું, આની સાથે તો બોલવું નહીં તો સારું, આ જ્યાં જાય છે તે પણ ખોટું, એના ગુરુ પણ ખોટા, એનો ધર્મ બી ખોટો, એનું આખું ફેમિલી બોગસ. સી, once you give a green signal to the emotions after judging, judgment pass થયું નથી and emotions will start. મન બુદ્ધિ ચિત્ત અહંકાર, the moment the buddhi evaluates, chit experiences, ego will start reacting in the form of negative emotions. One exercise I want to do, and from newcomers who are doing this for the first time, I want 4 people to get up. 4 people. Snell, why don't you choose? See, this fellow can go and Mukesh Bhai can go. You'll have to go out for 2 minutes. Okay. Girls, these 2 can go.
We're going to do a short exercise. What I'm going to do is call one person in one by one and I'm going to act out something. I'm sharing with you what I'm going to act, but please do not react when they are looking or when they are enacting it. I'm going to pretend that I'm washing an elephant. I will not speak, I'll only mime. It's like a damshras. We'll call one person in and then the next and then the third and let's see what.
No reactions from your side, no laughing, no nothing. You know what she's going to do, right? You all know. Start from that fellow. Yeah.
Now just tell me what you saw her do. What did you think she was doing?
I saw her bending down and looked like she was cleaning something and then cleaning on the side, cleaning the windows.
So she was cleaning the windows, standing on the side. Who was the person who had acted this out for him? Tame aata na? Now tell us what you saw and what you were doing. Avita.
I thought almost same thing, that she was cleaning out putting something, but at the same time I was thinking કે ego drop થતો હતો, પછી પાછું માન drop થતું હતું, પછી પાછો અહમ આવી જતો હતો ને I mean હું છું કંઈક એ ફોર્મમાં મેં જોયું.
Wonderful. So windows પર થી ego ને માન પર આવેલા. Now who had done it for her? You come out, say what you saw and what you thought you were doing.
I thought he was also cleaning the window or maybe a car or something. And then in the end, he looked at it and he said he did a great job doing it.
હવે first person can come. તમે જે જોયું મને કરતા and what you thought.
મેં જે જોયું તો મને એમ લાગ્યું કે તમે પહેલાં પાણી કાઢ્યું, બકેટ લીધી, પછી બકેટ આ બાજુ લઈને you were cleaning it and you were kept on cleaning. At some point when you were cleaning it, you felt something very dirty and you smelled bad also. Then also, despite that, you continued doing cleaning and ultimately you did clean everything good and you really felt good about it. That's when you stopped.
So cleaning came, but all the things that we were cleaning were very different. Let me tell you what I actually had done. I had opened the tap, taken a bucket, put the bucket here, thrown water on an imaginary elephant which was over here. So cleaned.
Elephant.
So I cleaned the elephant. I cleaned all 4 legs of the elephant. The tail was over here, which was smelly, which is why I did that. And then I cleaned the face of the elephant. I patted his trunk and I said, well done.
So what message?
So basically, what we see and think that that is not always the case. Here it was an elephant. Elephant on seeing became a window. Window became a car, became ahankar, and things like that. So even though you may see it and think, no, I've seen it, that's not the case. A lot of it is our assumptions, as Bapaji had said. Everything falls, the base lies within how our perception is, our assumptions.
Yeah. Okay, so first anger nu karan was non-acceptance, and non-acceptance na different reasons we were trying to find out. So first was ego, second was expectation આવી, and now થાય તો સુખી થઈશ, નહીં થાય તો દુઃખી થઈશ. એની પહેલાં બે નતા, અદ્વૈત હતું. તમારા expectations from your desires, your expectations, you divided the whole world into 2, friends, enemies. Who support my desires, expectations, friends. Who are against my thinking, my desires, my expectation, enemies. આ બધા મારા પ્રમાણે કરે છે, friends. આ બધા આર્ગ્યુ જ કરે છે, enemies. આ બધી આપણી લોયલ્ટી, આ આપણી લોયલ્ટી, આ આપણી અગેન્સ્ટ ટીમ, પક્ષ વિપક્ષ, બધું એક્ઝામ્પલ છે. બટ આવું બધું થયું તો સમજવાનું કે હજી આપણે આ છે, આવું ન થયું તો કેટલી બધી ગુરુ કૃપા છે. બોથ સાઇડ્સ. કે હા પહેલાં આવું થતું, હવે કેમ આવું નથી થતું? પહેલાં રિવ્યૂ ઓફ એવરી પ્રોગ્રામ વોઝ ટેકિંગ hours, conflict resolution hours, and now everything is just celebrating, rejoicing. Why? How? You have started understanding yourself better, you are understanding the world better. હા, તો શું આવ્યું? પહેલું એ બપોરના બોલવાનું છે, બોલતા જાઓ. ફર્સ્ટ ઇઝ ઈગો, સેકન્ડ ઇઝ expectation, third assumption. You have seen it, he actually saw it. એવું નથી, he is not saying કે મેં તો આવું સાંભળ્યું એટલે પછી મેં આવું કીધું. સાંભળ્યા પર તો ઘણી ગડબડ થાય. You have seen it and still your conclusion was wrong. Rather, from at least from the second person, so it became window pane, shopping mall, nothing of that ego had come, but she brought that ego in, and then that ego was thrown out. Okay, fine. Assumptions the out thai. Assumptions the what you conclude, it has to be verified. If you really want to go ahead, then first verify it, because this is your interpretation, this is your judgment, your conclusion. Once I prayed. Actually, I was talking, મને ભગવાન સાથે વાત કરવાની બહુ આદત છે. મેં ભગવાનને કીધું, ભગવાન તમે આ જગત આમ તો બધું પરફેક્ટ બનાવ્યું છે, પણ વન થિંગ આઈ ડોન્ટ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ, વાય ડુ યુ keep so many calories in tasty things and proteins and vitamins in all rubbish? જે બિલકુલ ડિલિશિયસ ન હોય એની અંદર તમે બધું ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ પ્રોટીન્સ મૂકો, આ મૂકો, અને વાય ડીડ યુ પુટ ઓલ ધ ફેટ્સ એન્ડ કેલરીઝ ઇન થિંગ્સ વી લાઈક? અને પછી મેં ભગવાનનું કેન યુ કરેક્ટ યોર મિસ્ટેક? No, I said it in a nice way. Can you change this for me? Request. A request shabda is so deceptive. It only means you are too egoistic. You want things according to your whim and fancy, your likes and dislikes. But you are such a cheat. You are such an egoistic person that you are not ready to beg. You want to request. It's a humble request. હમ્બલ રિક્વેસ્ટ કે જાણે ધર્મનો મોટી મૂર્તિ હોય એવું લાગે, પ્રસમ મૂર્તિ. તે રિક્વેસ્ટ કરીને ત્યાં યુ આર ફિનિશ્ડ, યુ આર 0 માર્ક્સ. હવે જે તું કરશે ને એ તો માઇનસમાં જશે, 0 તો થઈ ગયા ત્યારે જ. યુ થિંક યુ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ મોર દેન મી? વી શુડ explain the whole situation to Bapa, and then whatever he does, yes, this is ego. Somewhere you understand more. Faith is, he loves me more than myself, he understands me more than myself, and he is a better well-wisher of me than me. This is faith, huh? Not that stupid thing कि हम श्रद्धा के फूलों को लेके श्याम तुम्हारे चरणों में एम करीने हम दड़ आंसू पाड़वाना. This is no faith. This is just good singing, melodious voice, Nightingale of India. No, but this is not faith. Faith આવા પ્રસંગે when there is no feeling of hi આવું થયું or let me request. No, આવો કોઈ ભાવ ન થાય તો that is faith and surrendership. With Guru, though, this can be corrected very easy. Only fool will not do it. But this should be with everyone. With everyone. Because only with Guru, so that means હજી તમારામાં ગુણ વધ્યો નથી. But with everyone, that means તમે સારા થઈ ગયા છો. What would you prefer? એક જણે પૂછ્યું બીજાને કે કાલની વેધર કેવી હશે? What will be tomorrow's weather like? Like how? તો કે wonderful. કાલની વેધર wonderful. તો પહેલાં કીધું કે so confidently he is answering. So did you read it in the newspaper, television? You કોઈને પૂછીને? તો કે no, it's because of my Guru's grace. He has taught me the art of being happy in any weather. On basis of that, I can say tomorrow is going to go wonderful. Cyclone hoy to શું થઈ ગયું? See the solution સામે. So easy. But this one thing. So first was what? Conditioning. 5 ચીજ છે, કન્ડિશનિંગ, અને 5મું non-communication. That is also actually, it comes under ego only. સંકોચ હોય ને, કેટલા કે બાપા જોઉં છું ને પણ પછી કંઈ પૂછી શકાતું નથી, બહુ બીક લાગે. મેં તો આ મોટો અહંકાર કહેવાય. કોઈને સંકોચ થતો હોય ને, સંકોચ, એને પણ જ્ઞાનીઓએ અહંકાર કીધું. You don't want to be wrong. You don't want to be considered wrong. You don't want to be rejected. બાપાને આમ બહુ ઈચ્છા હતી કે આવો ને ગાડીમાં બેસો ને એકવાર, બધાની ગાડીમાં એકવાર બેસો. ગિરીશભાઈની ગાડીમાં બી બેઠા ને આના બી તો કિરીટભાઈને થયું કે લાવ મને બી પૂછી લેવા દે ને એકવાર. પછી એ કે કોઈ મને ના પાડી દેશે તો મને એમ થશે કે સર LAમાં બધાને ત્યાં બેઠા પણ મારી ગાડી. દેટ ફિયર ઓફ રિજેક્શન, હી વિલ નોટ સ્પીક. અને રાકેશભાઈ થિંગ્સ કે ઇફ કિરીટભાઈ ડઝ નોટ વોન્ટ મી ટુ સિટ ઇન હિઝ કાર, હાઉ કેન આઈ ગો? હવે કે છે લખાવી દો, એમ કે છે હવે. Good, at least you are correcting yourself. That is very good. Now you are understanding the mess. I am not coming because I feel that if he does not desire, so why should I push myself in? અને એ કે કોઈ વાર મને ના પાડી દેશે તો એમને મહેશભાઈ બહુ ગમે છે. ગમે જ છે, કોણ ના પાડે છે? અને તમે પણ આમ ચીનો હિલ્સ પાસ થઈને હું કોને મેં યાદ કર્યા હતા? હા, તમારા ઘરેથી પેલું સ્વામિનારાયણ મંદિર તમે બતાવ્યું હતું મને, ઓ ચીનો હિલ એટલે તો કિરીટભાઈનું ગામ. ઓ કિરીટભાઈ. સી બટ કમ્યુનિકેશન અમારી સાથે ન થાય ને કે આઈ લવ યુ વેરી મચ, હી હેઝ ટુ સે ઇવન બાપા આઈ લવ યુ સો મચ, સો આઈ વોન્ટ ટુ મેક યુ કમ્ફર્ટેબલ, એટલે મેં નામ ન લખાવ્યું. પાછું પૂછી કાઢજો કે આઈ ડોન્ટ વોન્ટ, આઈ જસ્ટ વોન્ટ યુ ટુ રેસ્ટ, આઈ ડોન્ટ વોન્ટ યુ ટુ ટેક સો મચ પેઇન્સ ફોર મી. અગેન see, but I should understand. If you feel there is misunderstanding, then communicate. If you feel there is, both are in the state of love and both are understanding each other, fine. See, there were two sisters. There was one orange. Both the sisters wanted that orange. Orange, tamaru મોસંબી નહીં, સંતરું. અહીંયા તો બધાને ઓરેન્જ જ કહે છે, રાઈટ? બિચારા. તો one orange and two sisters. They both wanted that orange. They were actually arguing. No, first they were speaking, then the speaking is only changing into arguing, then insisting, then fighting, whatever. Finally, ખંદાર વચમાં આવ્યા. ખંદારનું કામ શું? Resolve કરવું, આ એમનું કામ. What would you do? What advice or what solution? તો ખંદાર હાફ હાફ કરી નાખો. ઓરેન્જને સમારી કાપીએ તો આપણે બોલીએ નહીં, અરિયંતના શિષ્ય છે આપણે, એ સમારીને એક ઓરેન્જના બે ટુકડા કરો અને બંનેને આપી દીધા. હી વોઝ સો હેપી કે એઝ યુઝ્યુઅલ આઈ સોલ્વ ધ પ્રોબ્લેમ. વન સિસ્ટર, જેવું એની પાસે હાફ ઓરેન્જ આવ્યું ને, શી પીલ્ડ, હા, શી kept the chotras, what do you say, the skin, and the pulp, the actual orange, she threw it in the basket. So એને તો પેલું સ્કિન કાઢી, because she wanted to make the pickle out of it, and she only needed the orange skin, જે mango skin હોય, lemon skin હોય તમે, and the pulp was thrown in the basket. And the other girl, she just wanted to have the pulp and orange, so she peeled it, she threw the skin inside, અને pulp ખાધું. બોલો ખંદર, તમે બરાબર કર્યું કે ખોટું કર્યું? ખોટું કર્યું, એઝ યુઝ્યુઅલ. If there was a little communication, okay, exactly what do you want? If she would have said, I want the skin, and if she said, I want the pulp, she would get the whole skin and she would get the whole orange. Sometimes communication helps, and I think from the afternoon session, communication upar we will do, because now we are going to be skillful in our relationships. Assumption upar nahi. If something is troubling you, darling bolwanu. So this communication would have helped. Another couple, one couple staying alone, they loved each other very much. Khali couple rehta tha. Nothing unusual, the way the American, and every morning she would bake a cake. That was their breakfast. બહુ રિચ અને રોમેન્ટિક કપલ હશે, તમારી જેમ સિરિયલ્સ ખાઈને પતાવી દે એવું નહીં. અને she used to bake a cake, અને કેકમાં you know there is a crispy part, ઉપર નીચે બધું થોડું ક્રિસ્પી હોય અને વચમાં બધું સોફ્ટ હોય. એ સોફ્ટને કોઈ ડિલિશિયસ કે કોઈ કાચું કે, કાચું પાર્ટ નહીં આપતા મને પેલું, અને કોઈ પહેલાંને બલેલું કે, અને કોઈ એને ક્રિસ્પી એન્ડ ટેસ્ટી કે, તમારી ચોઇસ પ્રમાણે. સો વોટ શી વુડ ડુ, શી વુડ કટ ધ કેક લાઈક ધીસ, નોટ લાઈક ધીસ, બટ લાઈક ધીસ હોરિઝોન્ટલી. The soft part she would give to her husband, because she felt that soft thing is the real thing to eat, and that balela part I will finish it, because I love him very much, so I want to give him the best thing. And je gandi cheez che, I can endure it, I can go with it, so I will take that part. 25 વર્ષ આવા થયા કિરીટભાઈ. 25 years passed in that cake, horizontally cutting, that fellow getting the delicious soft part, and that lady is eating the dirty balela part, not crispy but balela. 25th anniversary હતી, marriage anniversary. Again that cake. આજે પેલીનું મગજ બગડ્યો, કોનો? વાઇફનો, કે today also I'm going to cut the cake horizontally only. But બહુ થયું, 25 વર્ષથી I have sacrificed. Today I am going to take the interesting part. So I'm going to take the soft part, and you are going to eat the balela part. And that fellow is saying, thank you very much, because since 24 years I was sacrificing, because I always enjoyed the crispy part. But I thought you enjoy the crispy part, so I was allowing you to eat. બોલો ભાઈ સાહેબ, થોડી વાતો કરો ને યાર, મૌન લઈને બેસી જાઓ છો એના કરતાં. જે હોય થોડું કરો. 80% પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ થોડું કમ્યુનિકેશન સ્કિલ્સ વધારો, હા, અને એના પછી મૌનમાં જાઓ. જ્યારે દેર આર નો એક્સપેક્ટેશન્સ ઇન યુ, ધેન ગો ઇન ટુ સાયલેન્સ. વધારે મૌન રહો, પણ એક્સપેક્ટેશન્સ રાખો અને પછી સાયલેન્સ. અરે મૌનમાં એક બેન તો જે કેવું લાગે. મેં કીધું બેન તમે ચૌરિન્દ્રિય છો કે પંચેન્દ્રિય છો? બોલવું જ ન હોય ને મૌન રાખો તો મને બરાબર છે, પણ બોલવું હોય ને મૌન રાખો તો કેવું થાય? તમે એક ચીજ જોજો, એક ટીવી પ્રોગ્રામ જોજો જેમાં ભરતનાટ્યમ આવતો હોય, હા, એવી રીતે, અથવા કોઈ હિન્દી મૂવી આવતી હોય ને મ્યુટ દબાવી દેજો. એકદમ કરુણ પિક્ચર હશે ને તો બી હસવું આવશે તમે, હા, બિકોઝ તમને બધું ફની લાગશે. યુ આર સેમ. તમારું મન બહુ બોલ કરવા ઈચ્છે છે, પણ તમારી જીભ બોલતી નથી. આ ધર્મ તો નથી જ. તો શું છે આ? માન લેવાની એક બીજી રીત, કે તમે બહુ મૌન કરો છો, બસ માન લેવા. બિકોઝ યોર માઇન્ડ વોન્ટ્સ ટુ સ્પીક, યોર માઇન્ડ વોન્ટ્સ ટુ કન્વે, યોર માઇન્ડ વોન્ટ્સ ટુ કમ્યુનિકેટ, your mind wants the other person to understand, and if the other person does not understand, તો માથું કૂટે. If you want to communicate, જ્ઞાની કહે છે communicate in a very loving way. Sometimes silence is good, but speaking is golden. Silence is silver, but speaking is golden. Every time silence is not golden. ક્યાંક મિસઅન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ થતી હોય ત્યાં આપણે તો બોલવું જ નથી. તમારે જે સમજવું હોય તે સમજો. This is not your duty. You have to clear someone else's. This is my topic of the afternoon. Okay, once you stop suffering, you are in a state of peace and happiness, then your second duty is to get rid of the suffering of the other person and see to it that he also becomes calm. This is your duty according to Bhagwan Mahavir. એ લોકોને જે વિચારવું હોય તે વિચારે, આપણે શું છે, હું ચૂપ જ રહેવાની છું. એક તો તમારું મન ચૂપ નથી, તમે પાછળ એક્સપેક્ટેશન્સ લાઈક ઓક્ટોપસ કરવાના છો. That is another story that Gnani only knows what is going to happen in future. But you are not solving his confusion, you are committing a sin according to Jainism. પેલો તો છે ને, તું પીસમાં છે, પણ પેલો ભગવાન મહાવીર 12.5 વર્ષ what did he do? With so many other things, one was vow of silence. Vow છે જ નહીં, he was in silence. But many instances he has spoken. ભુજ ભુજ ચંડ કૌશિક, યાદ છે ને ચંડો? હા, જ્યાં એમને લાગ્યું કે મારા મૌનથી મિસઅન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ થશે, ત્યાં he has spoken. So he had never taken a vow of silence. He was remaining in silence. But ક્યારે બોલવાનું? ઇફ ઇટ્સ ધ નીડ ઓફ ધી અધર પર્સન. નહીં તો તમે કહેશો કે જ્યારે બોલવું હોય ત્યારે છૂટ, બાકી મૌન. આ કેવું વ્રત છે તમારું? જ્યારે ભૂખ લાગે ત્યારે ખાવાનું, બાકી નહીં. જ્યારે 14મી જાન્યુઆરી આવે તો પતંગ ચકાવવાનું, બાકી નહીં. જ્યારે હોલી આવે ત્યારે રમવાનું, બાકી નહીં. જ્યારે દિવાળી આવે ત્યારે યુ હેવ ટુ બર્ન સમ ક્રેકર્સ, બાકી નહીં. આ કેવો વ્રત છે? એક જણે કીધું કે મેં જિંદગીમાં એક જ વ્રત લીધું છે, રાકેશભાઈ. મેં તો કહ્યું તો કે સિંહની પૂંછડી પકડવી નહીં. સિંહની પૂંછડી પકડવી નહીં. અને આજે તમારા દર્શનથી એક બીજો નિયમ લેવાનું મન થયું છે, સોનાની થાળીમાં જમવું નહીં. સોનાની થાળી તું એફોર્ડ કરી શકે એમ છે નહીં, અને સિંહની પૂંછડી પકડે એટલી હિંમત તારામાં નથી. આવા વ્રતો લઈને ગ્રહ્યું વ્રત અભિમાન, કંઈ અંદર કામ થતું નથી, અને બહાર તમને એમ થાય કે અહંકાર કર્યો. માય મધર વેન શી વોઝ ડુઈંગ માસ ખમન, I think 10 years back, she had done Mas Kavan. She actually wanted to do Attham only, but પછી ચોથો દી સારો થયો તો કે આપી દો, આખો મહિનાનો પચકાન આપી દો. and I never give. I said, no, you have to check your mind, tan and man. And every day you have to take one day pachkan. That's what Bhagwan Mahavir has said. અને આ કાલમાં મેક્ઝિમમ તમે 16 ડેઝનો જો પચકાન લઈ શકો, એનાથી વધારે લો તો ભગવાનની આજ્ઞાની વિરુદ્ધ છે. Because that is the capacity of the mind and body of the people of Kaliyug. Anytime it might change અને પછી થાય કે નકામું મેં લીધું. અને આ ભાવમાં તમે વધારે પાપ બાંધી લો. નકામું સારું આવેશમાં ડોનેશન અપાઈ ગયું. બધા $1,000 લખાવતા હતા ને તો મેં કીધું મારે લખી દો. કંઈ ખબર તો પડી નહીં, બાપાએ જોયું તો નહીં કાંઈ. આમ આવે એના કરતાં 100 આપ્યા હોત તો ચાલત. આમાં તે બહુ નુકસાન કરી દીધું. નહીં, તારા ભાવો એટલું જ કર, પણ ભાવ મૂળ કે મત દેખ. કર્યા પછી સારું ખોટું થઈ ગયું એમ નહીં કર, એનાથી પરિભ્રમણ ચાલુ રહેશે તારું. મળશે કોઈ ચીજ બીજા ભાવમાં અને ભોગવશે એની પહેલાં છીનવાઈ જશે પાછી. ભોગાંતરાય, લાભાંતરાય. You all are teaching them all this. So one more thing. So at the 25th anniversary, that lady is saying, okay, today I am going to be a little selfish. I have sacrificed for 25 years, and today I am going to eat the part I like, and that fellow liked the other part. If they had communicated, they both never, there was no need of any sacrifice. So why is this non-acceptance in you? 1, ego. 2, communication gap or non-communication. And 5th, conditioning. કેટલી વખત એવું કન્ડિશનિંગ થઈ ગયું. There was one animal, a bear, a baby bear. And એક baby bear na Zuni authorities, they bought that baby bear and they put him in a cage. The cage was 10 by 10. You can visualize 10 by 10 no cage. Then that baby grew up. And it was a baby bear now, not in the cradle, but baby bear. It could walk. And bear, you know, એ લોકો બહુ ચંચલ માણસ હોય ને. સો પેલું જે bear હતું ને, it would walk in the cage 10 by 10. સમજો ને આટલું છે એમ સમજો. અહીંયાથી ત્યાં જાય, ત્યાંથી પાછો રિટર્ન થાય, અહીંયાથી ત્યાં જાય, પેલો રિટર્ન થાય. ધીમે ધીમે the bear grew up, મોટો થયો. Now it was an old bear, like you, old bear. હા પાડે બિચારા, તને ભૂખ લાગી છે એટલે બધી હા પાડી દે છે. નહીં તો he would have said, no, I'm not old. But અત્યારે 12:30 થયા ભૂખ્યા થયા બિચારા. So that bear. પછી the zoo authorities felt કે હવે એને આપણે મોટા કેજમાં ટ્રાન્સફર કરવું જોઈએ, because now it's not a baby bear, it's a big bear. Shifted to a bigger cage, 40 by 14. This was 10 by 10, that was 40 by 40, so that bear could walk freely. But the bear would walk only up till 10 and then return. Why? Conditioning. Your mind is conditioned by your interpretations, your assumptions, conclusions, your likes, dislikes. A condition થાય આનાથી જરાક જુદું થયું, that person is wrong. See, conditioning is your expectations only. આમ જુઓ તો suppose I came in the morning, 10 o'clock I came, 5 to 10 I came. Your conditioning was કે જેમ ગઈકાલે પહેલાં નચાવ્યા, આજે પણ he will make us dance. કેટલાક જણ જો કેવા બંઠણીને આવ્યા છે, જો સારા મસ્ત લાલ લાલ કપડાં પહેરીને આવ્યા છે કે નાચવાનું હશે અને પેલા ભાઈ સાહેબ ફિલ્મ લેશે તો આપણે સારા તો દેખાઈએ એમ. Your conditioning, okay, he will do the same thing in all the sessions. નહીં. If you were that accepting nature, tamaru hot, that glad acceptance, okay, fine. He made us do meditation today, fine. He made us meditate. And kale am nahi. Acceptance se badle non-acceptance because heavy conditioning. And a pramane thai to sachu and neta wrong. So this has to be improved. And anati su taklif thai se to ke number 1, if all these 5 things, ego, expectations, assumptions, conditioning, and non-communication, આ 5 ના કારણે that non-acceptance is there, which is the reason for anger. આનાથી આગળ શું થાય, we will do in the afternoon session. And what is the solution to it? આટલું કરી, and then we will start the actual part, how to be skillful in your relationships. This was yet how to be mindful breathing and right analysis. This is mindfulness. Now, skillfulness in your talking and in your listening. Two things, talking and listening. Skillfulness not only in talking, you should be skillful in listening also. Not selective listening, compassionate listening. And we will talk about it in the afternoon session.